these are boring. Watching Code Geass got me thinking about how cool some anime eyes really are. For example, these can see a person's lifespan, these can destroy a whole village, and these anyways, I'm gonna be ranking different.
Do not show that. Yo, chill out.
Anime eyes by how useful they would be in real life, starting with the Geass. Lelouch's version of the Geass gives him what's called power of absolute obedience, which makes people obey every last word with no resistance, no matter how big, small, or absolutely random. It also erases their memory before, during, and after being controlled, and has no time limit. Even if you don't have a lot of brain power, you can go from one of the most poor people to one of the most rich and powerful people in the world in only a few days. You could do literally anything you want, get anything you want, but there's drawbacks to this. One, you can only use it once every person. Two, the more you use it, the more uncontrollable it gets. What I mean by that is after a while, it's going to be activated no matter when you want to use it. The third, which is kind of my own opinion, is that no matter how good or bad of a person you are, just like Lelouch, the more you use the Geass, the more it'll have a negative effect on your view on humans and the meaning of respect. But as OP as the eye is, if we keep it away from a certain streamer,
you should kill yourself.
we're okay. A tier. Gojo's 6 eyes are one of the reasons he's the Michael Jordan of sorcerers. But you better be a cosplayer, because that's the only way you're gonna get anything out of this. I'm kidding. I see a lot of people getting this mixed up, but Limitless and 6 eyes are two different things. It's stated in some canon sources that anyone in the Gojo clan can inherit Limitless, but you just need the 6 eyes to master it, so you're not gonna be flying or giving people tutorials mid-fight anytime soon. Anyway, 6 eyes gives this over-talented light skin, immense perception, and unrivaled visual prowess. If those words were too big for you too, look at this picture of him scanning a forest from kilometers away. Keep in mind, he can teleport every blade of grass to every animal with ease. Now, if we put that into perspective, he can see better than an eagle, which can see 4 or 5 times farther than the average person. He can even spot a funny sniper wolf clip.
That's
the bad sides to this eye are: 1, your eyes work like a high resolution infrared camera even when you have a blindfold on, which would be kind of annoying, let's be real. 2, it literally gives you the fatigue effect even when you have a blindfold on. The blindfold just reduces it. And 3, you won't even be able to use the main use, which is seeing the flow of cursed energy to the atomic level. Or maybe you could. Enhanced sight and glittering eyes would be really cool for humans, but compared to the other eyes on this list, D tier. Erasure is an ability used by Aizawa that allows him to erase the quirk of whoever he's looking at until he blinks. Erasure is not an ability that would be used by any human though. Ever. I don't know about y'all, but I don't see dudes with fire beards and frog girls walking around on a daily basis. But maybe I should. F tier. Take Kakashi's Emperor Eye from Kuroko no Basket, multiply it by 100, and you have Foresight. This gives Sir Night-Eye the ability to see another person's future from a third-person point of view for a whole hour. And by 1 hour, I don't mean only their movements for that 1 hour. You can see years into their future in that hour if you wanted to, 100% perfectly. If you heard that and you still don't understand how OP this is, here's a small list of things you would never lose at again. Any board game, fight, form of bet, argument, shootout, any form of 1v1. Not to mention, you're now a lie detector, fortune teller, and me personally, the greatest hater since the Reverse Flash. I'd say the most realistic way a lot of people would use it is having a friend who buys lottery tickets, look into their future, see what the numbers are, and now you're Mr. Beast. But it does have limitations. You can only use it once a day, which all that means to me is I can only gatekeep one person from finding the love of their life every day. So S tier. The Sharingan, translated to copy wheel eye, is easily the most complex one so far, and also an easy S tier. Well, the first version. Eye of Insight is only the first ability, and it already gives you insane perception, increased reaction time, also the ability to mimic movements, anticipate people's actions based on slight muscle movements, enter people's minds, and see fast moving objects like bullets. Now that was only the first part, and all I heard was I'm never losing a 1v1 again. The easiest way I can visually explain it is by using this clip from Ultimate Ninja 5. When you have it activated, everything around you seems to move really slow, and you can move at normal speed, which means if shadow boxing ever comes back, I'm going crazy. Not to mention, you could very easily become the greatest sports player of all time. Imagine an NFL quarterback who has 360 awareness and no.
But the NFL, it's kind of scripted, buddy. So you have to, whoever has the higher paycheck, just let them win game. Just calm down, get your little few clips and shit, and just let them win. You get your bread. You lay back on the bench if you want to. You do your shit, but let the higher ups get paid, and you get paid as well. What the fuck?
Knows which receiver is going to be open before they even are, like the NCAA 14 slow-mo but 50 times better, or a soccer player who can see wait, that's just blue line. Eye of Hypnotism is a second ability which comes with its own Sharingan jutsu. This lets you project thoughts or illusions into people's mind without them even knowing, but it also leaves them slumped like that one dude who lost to Jake Paul. No, I'm not gonna say his name. I wouldn't be spamming this to be honest, but it would definitely be useful in some situations. Now remember when I said the first version is an S? Well actually there's 3, but this one you can't use, and this one you don't want to make make it to this one. To even unlock the one Tomo Sharingan, you have to go through an event that puts you in immense emotional stress. For example, Sasuke got his by coming home and finding out Itachi took playing Fortnite with his family a little too seriously. You can go to 3 Tomos either by extensive training or instantly getting a Tomo by another Steins Gate worthy event. But the problem is after that, the Mangekyo Sharingan, or Ticking Time Bomb Copy Wheel Life for short, is only unlocked if 1, you have all 3 Tomos, and 2, you experience the death of the person who you love. For Sasuke it was Itachi, for Itachi it was Shisui, you get the point. But let's talk about how much better it is than the first version. First of all, you get access to a literal Megazord. Now I don't know who y'all are beefing with, but the ops must have did something devious for you to pull out a 200-meter giant that can tank Biju bombs. For those who don't understand how powerful a Biju bomb is, if nukes are level 10, Biju bombs are level 500. They can literally vaporize entire mountains and be felt across the whole continent. Second of all, it takes all the perks from the first version and amplifies them. So instead of dodging bullets, you can now perceive and dodge literal lightning. If you haven't noticed this already, you are now a danger to society. Not to mention, you also get new jutsus in each eye. For example, Itachi, Tsukuyomi, and Amaterasu, or Sasuke, who has Amaterasu in his left eye and Kagutsuchi in his right to control it. I forgot to mention this, but if that wasn't enough, you also now have 2 revives. Izanagi is a Sharingan jutsu that lets you, quote, seize control
to revive overpowered, and fuck me saying that's tough normally. That's tough!
All of the space between reality and illusion in exchange for only 1 eye. For example, if you somehow manage to die at this point, you could just use one of your eyes to rewrite that you were actually just sitting home and watching a Kazi video. So why do I call it the ticking time bomb eye? Well, each time you use it, you get closer and closer to being blind, and the more powerful the jutsu, the faster you go blind. In Sasuke's case, it only took him 1 day to almost go blind during the 5 Kage summit, but there is a way to preserve it forever. You're just not doing it. You have to take the eyes of someone really close to you who also have reached Mangekyo Sharingan level, but since no one else would have it, you're just a really OP person waiting to go blind. In conclusion, up to 3 Tomo Sharingan is S tier. Mangekyo, because of the massive trauma and the fact that it gives you a disability, only B tier. In the world of Death Note, the Shinigami eyes are one of the most useful things you can have, but in real life they would be depression speedrunners. The ability to see people's names and lifespans is even worse than a Zaiwa's, which would give us literally nothing. First off, to even accept the eyes, it already cuts your lifespan in half, and since you have to accept the eyes from a Shinigami, that means the rules of the Death Note still apply to you even though you can't use it. So now, on top of seeing when everybody dies, you now have to deal with a monster following you for your whole life that no one else can see or hear. It also doesn't sleep. I think it goes without saying, seeing people's lifespans would mess with your brain at minimum. One big thing that makes us humans is that we don't know when we're gonna die. Not to mention how much damage it would do to your view on society, family, friends, and relationships. But maybe the scariest thing so far is that you can't even see your own lifespan. You just know it's been cut in half. Like the like button, hopefully. Corey, it's been a year. I don't know what else to say, but if you would pick this, you're not like us normal people. Well, I shouldn't say that. I forgot to tell y'all that it repairs and enhances vision if you're blind. F tier obviously isn't enough for this, so I'm just gonna make a new tier. X tier. The question now is, which eyes would you pick? Me personally, I go with the Sharingan because these may or may not be real pictures of my room, but let me know in the comments. I only covered a small amount of anime eyes in this video, but if it gets 150 likes, part 2. All right, run the lane outro.
Yeah, drop the part 2 here. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Boom, W video.